Hey everyone, I'm Bibi, and today I'm actually talking about Heartstopper again. It's been 8 months, and ironically I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore in my first Heartstopper video, so we've come full circle. Today I'm talking about the differences between the shows and the books. Okay, so I'm only going over season 1. I think this is the best time to release this video, because from the time it's uploaded, season 2 will be like soon, like really soon. And I'm only talking about the first 2 books, because season 1 is the first 2 books. What else do you want me to say? And I already recorded this video, but the audio didn't work for some reason. So that's fun. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing, obviously, gotta mention it, the swearing. In case you didn't ever read the books, or didn't know that the Heartstopper was a book, they actually swear in the books. And it actually feels a lot more realistic. I wish they kept the swearing. I get why it's not there. They still say little swear words, like they say ass and dick, but they don't say the really big ones. They did say the F slur though. And I'm not saying that ever on my channel. In fact, hang on a sec. Okay, so here's like an actual quote from the book. I'm not going to say the scene because I hate the scene, but you can probably guess where it's from. He told you to stop, you fucking prick. Go on, fuck off. In the show, it's he told you to stop, go on, piss off. So, yeah. I don't need to explain what scene that was. I'm sure you all know, but the scene makes me very uncomfortable, so that we're gonna move on from. Okay, another very obvious one is that the show introduced new characters and cut old characters. Yeah, the biggest example of this is obviously Isaac. In case you didn't know, Isaac isn't in the books at all. There is a fourth friend. His name is Aled, I think it's pronounced. He's like basically almost got the same personality, except he doesn't really read books that much. I think I don't remember him reading books, but they are different people. Like, they're not the same character at all. But like, Alan did get his own book, so I guess like, it does make sense he's that, like, they didn't bring him in the show because he's already had his thing. This is Nick and Charlie's thing. And Isaac is a great character. I love him. It's just, I found it kind of weird how they did that. And then also Imogen. Imogen's I like because in the books there's not really any, like, aside from like the fact that Nick's trying to like not get outed, there's not really a conflict between them, but then they made a conflict with Imogen, because, you know, she's a girl that asked Nick out, and Nick doesn't want to out himself, so, you know, there's the conflict right there. And I like that. Imogen can be annoying at times, but I can tell in season 2 she's going to be a lot better. In fact, I can tell in season 2 there's going to be a lot more focus on Isaac and Imogen. Also, a character to cut is Tori and Charlie's little brother Oliver. Now, I can hear you. What? Charlie has a brother? Yeah, I said the exact same thing when I read the books for the first time. And they only cut him because they didn't want to keep paying a child actor, which kind of fair enough, but there would have been so many cute moments if he was in the show. I wish he was in the show. Like, it would have been so great. You know, we could have had so many interactions between him and Charlie and Nick, because he sees Nick as his second brother, and it's so cute. I love it so much. And he's like 7 years old, and like, I don't know what years he's in, because I don't know how years work in England. I know I have a lot of English friends, so please tell me how that works, because I really don't know. But yeah, that was kind of all the cut and uncut characters. Oh. Okay, so I'm kind of cheating with this one, because technically it happened in book 3, but I feel like I can talk about it, because, like, whether it doesn't really matter what book it happened in, because it would happen anyway. But, like, I like it better in the book, to be honest. But it's the fact that Charlie actually got to tell Tao that he was dating Nick. Because if you remember in the show, Elle told Tao and outed Nick, and it really annoys me. Like, genuinely. I don't understand why they did that. Especially since, you know, Elle, of all people, should know, like, not to do that. Like, seriously, what the heck? And then Tao falls out with Charlie, and it comes across really selfish, to be honest. But in the books, Tao doesn't come across that way at all. He actually feels like he is looking for Charlie. I know he is in the show too, but it just feels so selfish. But it doesn't feel selfish at all in the books. But yeah, Charlie actually does get to tell Tao, and I'm not gonna tell you what happens next, because obviously like that's the spoiler stuff in book 3. Although it's not gonna happen in season 2, but still, like, I mean, they still have a falling out. I'll say that, but it's Charlie that falls out with Tao. But I won't tell you why in case they do mention that in the next season. But I just wish they kept it like that, to be honest. It feels a lot better. And also, Elle found out by herself. Nick didn't tell her, which, you know, fair enough. I mean, they don't really hide it. Okay, this one, not really so more change, as it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like something that was changed from the books. It's just something they could that like she could do like because of the show. But the other characters get expanded upon a lot more in the show. Like obviously, like Alice has wrote so many characters, but like the books are about Nick and Charlie's relationship and their journey together. So we didn't really get to see like much of the other characters. But like in this, obviously, they get so much screen time, so much focus. Their own episodes really like. Again, Tao comes off a lot more selfish in the show. Elle gets a lot more focus on because she's not focused on it all in the books. Like, we just know that she moved to the girls' school when she came out as trans. But we actually get to see her in the girls' school and how she's struggling to find friends because no one thinks she's a real girl. But then Tara and Darcy become her friend and just accept her as Elle. And then we get a lot more of Tara and Darcy as well. Too bad that Netflix hate lesbians, but you know, that's another problem. Yeah, we get to see a lot more Tara and Darcy and their struggles of being out because they're already out. Like before Nick and Charlie. I mean, Charlie's out. I mean, Nick and Charlie's relationship. But you know what I mean. So yeah, I do like that. And again, Isaac's not really focused on that much, but seems like he's getting a lot more focus in season 2, which is really good. Okay, this is kind of the last big change. Really, the rest are just small changes, but this one's like quite a big one actually. So the fight that happens in the cinema between Nick and Harry, that still happens exactly the same way. Nothing really changes, but there is like one thing. See, in the books, Charlie still like storms outside and Nick goes after him and says, you know, you shouldn't have to put up with that. And then Charlie says, I'm used to it. So like that still happens, but in the books it just goes straight to Nick fighting Harry. But yeah, in the books. But in the show, Ben, I really hate Ben. I wish he didn't get so much screen time. Actually, just a little tangent, a little side, a little like bonus change. Ben hardly gets any time in the books. He's in like the scene when they're kissing at the beginning, then the scene where the thing happens, I don't want to say it on my channel, and then the party, and then when he pushes him in the wall, and then that's it for Ben in the books, so far at least. But like in the show, he just keeps popping up, and I don't like it, okay? But, okay, and anyway, Ben like says, you know, you're dating Nick, aren't you, and all that, and then says horrible things to him. And I'm so glad his dad showed up because I was actually kind of worried about what was going to happen if his dad didn't show up. Like, Charlie's dad, I mean. And, like, I would have actually got a bit worried. That scene made me really uncomfortable. Not as uncomfortable as the other scene, though. And then with the fight afterwards, it still all happens the same. You know, Harry says the F slur about Charlie, Nick punches him, and then he gets a black eye, then his mum tells him off. But, in the books, well, I'll say what happens in the show first. In the show, if you all know, Charlie feels like it was his fault, feels like he's just ruining Nick's life, and feels like Nick would be better off without him. So he tries to break up with him and avoid him. And then, obviously, that's when, I'll talk about that later. But in the books, Nick actually texts Charlie that night, asking if he's okay, and then they talk back and forth for hours, and then they make the date. And then that's when they go on the beach date. But when Charlie sees Nick's black eye, and Nick tells him what happened, he's actually happy about it. He says that he's glad that he got punched in the face. Not Nick, Harry, I mean. He's glad Harry punched... No, God, no, I said it wrong. He's glad that he punched Harry in the face. There we go. That sounded so twisted. Oh. But I actually like it better in the show because it was more relatable to me because that's because he's overthinking it and thinking that he's just ruining Nick's life and causing him to fight people. And I felt like I just ruined people's life before. It's not a good feeling, but you know what? It's fine. You know, I know I don't really do that, but yeah, it was more relatable to me in the show. It felt more real. And it felt more in character for Charlie, really. So yeah, I liked it better like that. Okay, this isn't really a change, but I should also mention that the sports day didn't happen in the books. So, like, when Nick, you know, stops the game right there and just walks off the field to get Charlie, that didn't really happen because, like, obviously that's when he said that his life's better with Charlie in it, and you know, that's when he, like, what's the word? I'm losing my words, sorry. That's when they decide to have the day at the beach. And, you know, I didn't really think that was worth, like, mentioning that much because, like, it's not that that's a change, it's that that's just something the show expanded upon, you know? But, like, and also Nellie wasn't on the date, but I actually do kind of prefer that because it's just them two solo. Nellie's cute, I like Nellie, but it feels better that she wasn't there, just not as a third wheel. Okay, these last two are, like, just tiny little changes that like, one of them really annoys me despite it being so small. I don't know why. Well, I'll talk about the other one first. The other one is that for some reason, Harry's birthday has been changed. Like, I don't know why. That, like, it used to be 10 days before Charlie's, but now it's, like, a month before Charlie's. Maybe it was just so they could, like, actually make Charlie's birthday a Saturday. But I don't know. I think that was kind of weird, to be honest. And then, well, hang on, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. This change, it's the tiniest thing, but it really annoys me. And I think I know why, because it's about plushie, and obviously, you know. So, in the books, Charlie has a cat plushie, but in the show, he has a dog plushie. And it's like, why? Why did you do that? Like, it's so small, and I don't understand why it annoys me so much, but it does. I can't explain it. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But yeah, it's fine. It doesn't affect my life that much. It's just a little nitpick I have. Okay, that was all of the changes that I know. Let me know if you know any changes, if you read the books, because there probably are others, but I can't really think of them. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to end that video there. Please like and subscribe, and I'm Vivi, and I'll see you next time. Bye!